Hi all and welcome back to my YouTube channel. That's me again, your great lovely NSC in the place to be. Yeah, on the nice Sunday I got one video again for you guys, and on this video I just talk about, we can say, SATA controllers and the RAID functions, RAID 0, RAID 5 we can say. I'm here now on an Asus Rampage 3 Extreme motherboard, and I just took out my graphics card for you guys. So I was just testing and doing some benchmarks for me. That's why I took it also out. So, but for now, I just want to talk about some, we can say, SATA controllers. We got here, this is a thing that I just want to explain you because, yeah, long ago, I was wondering myself why my RAID configuration was not working that great. That means I was able to install a RAID configuration, but always when it was finished, I had not really more performance. So when you install a RAID 0 function, then you will be able to have, we can say, the double of speed. That means you will need two hard disks. You will need two SSDs or two HDDs. Whatever. I just want to talk about that because some people maybe doesn't know about a small problem. It's not really a problem. Let me just take this cable up there. So it's not really a problem. It has more to do about the Marvel chipset. And that's why I just want to do this video for you guys, because when you are trying to have more speed, more performance on your SSD or HDD, then you can go for a RAID 0 system. A RAID 0 means that you will need two HDDs or SSDs with the same size. That means when you have a SSD with 120 gigabytes, you will need one again also with 120 gigabytes. Otherwise, you can take also two different SSDs, let's say one with 240 gigabytes and one with 120 gigabytes. But later, when you will set the RAID 0 function, then you will need to set the HDD, which has more capacity, like 240 gigabytes, you will set it also on 120. That means you will lose some gigabytes, but the RAID 0 configuration works only when you have two SSDs or HDDs with the same, we can say, space. That means otherwise you will have problems. The great thing also is on RAID 0, when something goes wrong, you can of course use again just one SSD or HDD. Okay, so when something went wrong on RAID 0, you are also always on the safe side. Now, just that you know, guys, I don't know how I will explain this, because this is a bit, we can say difficult for me in English, but I'm gonna try my best. So here you got two SATA connectors. Here you have two SATA connectors. That means the red one runs over the Marvel chip, and you can see it also directly here. This is the Marvel chip. This one here is working with these two connectors. So here you got two connectors for two SATAs, we can say, and you can here connect two HDDs or two SSDs. It's up to you. You can configure your HDD or SSD as an EDE or as AHCI or as RAID configuration. You can do that on the BIOS. So if you set on the BIOS the RAID function, on the next restart you will have the option to configure your RAID system. I'm not sure when I will do this, but I think I'm gonna do this video for you guys, because I have saw on the internet that some people had the same problem and they just doesn't know or didn't know why they have this problem. And that's why I have now just took my time to do this video for you guys to tell you why your RAID 0 system maybe brings not that much performance as it should. So, and here, this, we can say 3 connectors, 2, 4 and 6 places for, we can say, HDDs or SSDs. Here you got 3 times 2 connectors. These 3 here down, they run on Intel chipset, we can say. On the Intel chipset, this is an Intel Rapid Storage connectors here. They here, I need to tell you one thing. If you have one single HDD or SSD, you should connect it on the MARVEL connector, because the MARVEL connector can read single SSDs or HDDs faster as these ones here. So I have done a long time my tests. Maybe I'm going to do a second video about that, but I don't want to do that, or we can say to set the configurations all again, because this will take me a long time. But I have all in my brain and I'm going to tell you just that you can understand. When you have a SSD, just let's say one with 1 terabyte, just like this one here, a great SSD which can read and write with 500 megabytes, when you just connect one SSD on, we can say, a little bit older motherboard, then you should connect it on the red one, because the red ones are, we can say, controlled over the MARVEL chip. The MARVEL chip can read the single SSDs faster as the Intel chipset, okay? So here I have just done my tests long ago, and I was able to read this one here with, I think it was 270 megabytes per second. No, 340 megabytes per second, and on this ones here it was 270 or 280 megabytes per second. So the single SSDs here was on the red one, I called read it faster, as on the black ones. And for that, this is good. When you want to use SSD or an HDD single without RAID, you should connect it on the MARVEL connector with the MARVEL chipset. Okay, here, if you are not using RAID, you should connect it on the red one. The other rest here is working slower when you have connected a single HDD or SSD. But when you want to do a RAID system, let's say just like RAID 0, this is one of my favorites, you need to connect boot SSDs or HDDs on these ones here, not on the red ones. I have made long time ago my tests, and I had the RAID configuration here. I had 2 SATA SSDs here inside. I think it was about 2 times 240 gigabytes. And I have done me a RAID 0 system. At the end, I have just done a benchmark, and I saw that my RAID 0 system was just reading also like it was on a single mode. That means the RAID 0 system just reads here with about 380 megabytes on the maximum. And somewhen I just thought about, this is not possible, because the RAID 0 normally gives you the double. That means when a single SSD here brings about 380 megabytes per second, on a RAID 0 you should get about 600 megabytes per second, okay? So one day, long time ago, I just wanted to know that, and then I just switched the 2 SSDs to these ones. I restart my system, and then Intel Rapid Storage has bring me, we can say, a warning, or it just has displayed if I want to do a RAID 0 system over the Intel Rapid Storage. And I did it. I just tried it out, and then voila, I had over 560 megabytes per second. That means these ones here, they read your single SSD a bit lower, this one here can read single SSDs a bit faster, okay? So that means here on the Marvel chipset, if you just are working with one SSD, you should connect it here, okay? But if you want to do a RAID 0 system, you should do it over the Intel Rapid Storage, okay? They are working a bit slower when you use it single, but on the RAID 0 function, you will have the double of the performance. Okay, guys, so please don't forget it. I just wanted to tell you this before I will close this here all again, because I have done my benchmarks with my GTX 980 Ti that I'm still running here inside. I have here a motherboard. This is 1366 from Asus, Rampage Extreme 3, and this is still better as one of the newest, like Sandy Bridge and whatever, because I got here 6-core Xeon, and but maybe this is also the next video. I'm gonna show you the difference between an old CPU and one of the newest, like let's say the Sandy Bridge. Okay, it's not that new, but it's newer as this one, okay, because this socket 1366 is very old. And I got here on the last videos what I have made, I got a computer with a i7 3770 on 1150 socket. It's much and way newer as this one here. The other great thing is that the SATA connectors, yeah, the controllers, of course, they are way faster on, we can say, the newer motherboards, okay? So on my newer motherboard that I have shown you on the last video, the controller brings alone single about 500 megabytes per second without problem, okay? So this is just the small thing that you got on older motherboards, that the SATA controllers are not that fast as the newer motherboards. But I don't care, because for that I got a way stronger CPU. I got here triple channel support on my RAM, and you will really notice a big difference if you have dual channel or triple channel. Triple channel support is really crazy, guys. They are running here on 2000 megahertz, and I don't need them also on 3000 or more, because I got here triple channel support. This goes 3 times faster as on dual channel support. The newest, the all newest motherboards, like let's say 2011 or 2066, they got quad core or quad channel support. So my fault, okay? And so they work 4 times faster because they're working together. So that's why I still love this older motherboard, because it's here on the socket 1366. I got triple channel support on my RAMs, on my memories, and I can have here up to 6-core processors, like a great, let's say, i7 990X or just a great Xeon, okay? But the only thing is on these motherboards that the SATA controllers are not that fast. But I don't care. You can buy also a PCI Express that will give you also some new SATA controllers, which you can read really great SSDs like the M.2 or NVMe SSDs with NAND chips. Really great, guys, really fast, but you don't need that all. If you can do a RAID 0 system, it will read up to 500 megabytes per second, and you don't need more. This is so great, guys, okay? That's why I just do this video now, that you please don't forget, if you want to do a RAID 0 system, please connect your 2 SSDs on these black ones here, okay? On the gray ones, not on the red ones, because the speed will stay the same. If you do here RAID 0 configuration on the Marvel, the speed, the performance, it will just be the same as it would be single. So when you have here a single SSD that can read with, let's say, 320 megabytes, when you do a RAID system on the Marvel chipset, then it will still read only with 320 megabytes per second on a RAID 0. That's why switch your SSDs, connect them here over the Intel Rapid Storage, that means over the Intel chipset, and you're gonna have a lot more performance as on this one, okay? So if you have some issue, just check this, because I have saw some videos on the internet and also on video that some people have say RAID 0 has not bring any difference, and I tell you why, guys. That's why, okay? I have saw a lot of people that have made a RAID 0 system to start the games faster, yeah? But at the end, the RAID system was still the same as on a single SSD. And that's why I tell you, yeah, the problem is because you had your RAID 0 system on a MARVEL connector, okay? So switch it to the Intel chipset and it will be way faster. Okay, guys, this was just a quick information for you guys. I wish you the best, like always. Again, maybe today 1 or 2 more videos. I'm gonna give my best. See ya, peace, and bye-bye.